Hello, everybody. Welcome to Las Vegas Live with Nelia Ross. Every Saturday morning at noon and from Monday to Friday at 6 p.m. on socialmediashows.com and on my personal website, neliaross.com, we are bringing you the biggest and brightest stars from world-renowned entertainers to magicians, dancers, conductors, movie directors, actors, comedians, and so much more. But now let's start with the two special amazing guests today. Today we have two special amazing guests. The first guest is the son of the golden boy of song, Roy Hamilton, and has committed himself to preserving the legacy of this legendary father. Like his father, he was born to sing. He can sing all genres of music like rhythm and blues, jazz, soul, rock and roll, pop, contemporary gospel, and so on. Blessed with a drive and ambition that is ingrained within all stars, as well as the melodic, soaring tenor voice left to him by his father, he fills those big shoes with ease. He has been performing all over the states, from Atlantic City to Las Vegas. He has recorded an album with original songs that you are going to listen later. His father and him were both inducted into the Alter Global Hall of Fame and into the Las Vegas Entertainment Hall of Fame. The second guest is an amazing woman, president and CEO of ARTENSIAS Management Inc. and the Roy Hamilton School of Voice that she formed to manage her husband. She worked with R.KELLY and produced many hit records for other artists. With her own, as well as her husband's and son's vision in hand, she uses her years of management experience and skills to organize the daily operations of all their companies. She produces and promotes all of her husband's shows and his appearances. She is his personal stylist, manages his social media and all of his correspondences. She is an amazing wife, mom, and manager, and I thought that it could be really interesting interviewing this wonderful couple. Let's find out more about them. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Roy Hamilton Jr. and Maria Hamilton.
Can do so much on you. Still mine. I need your love. Oh, ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling. Let the wedding bells ring. Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling. Let the wedding bells ring. Got me on your string. Oh, ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling. Oh, ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling. One day, baby, you'll cook together. I'll be crying something wet. Yeah. One thing, baby, I'll never stand. Your lips kiss some other man. This building, all steps where was time for me and us. Oh, with hope in your heart, and you'll never.
Hello, Roy. Hello, Maria.
Hi,
and thank you for accepting my invite to be here today. I decided today, just to have you both because I thought it would be really interesting to know more about you, because you are a couple in in your family, but also in your job. So you work together basically. And I thought, it could be really very interesting to know more how you interact,
Yeah.
So we will see now. So you are a talent. You are son of Roy Hamilton, and I would love to share a little bit, more of your life. How was to have Roy Hamilton as a father, and how deep his impact was in your artistic career?
Well, you know what? It was really fantastic just to know that such a famous man, and as well as my father's, and he was such an impact on my life. I just couldn't help but, emulate him and try to sing like him, and perform like him. And it was really a blessing.
Yeah, definitely, yes.
To be the son of such a great legend.
Absolutely, yes. You started singing at the age of 7. But when did you realize that you really wanted to sing for the rest of your life and to make it a career?
Yeah, around the same time, because when my father brought me up on stage and we sang together, and that was one of the highlights of my life, really.
Yeah.
And after that, it was like, man, this is what I want to do.
So, I mean, it was like, the first love, at first sight.
That's right.
Which music was your family listening to when you were a child?
Yeah, we listened to all the standards during that time, rock and roll. Jazz, too, as well, because my father was Duke Ellington's, one of his artists.
Yeah,
Duke
that's
Ellington.
right.
And later on, he was also transitioning into rock and roll as well.
Okay.
So he was part of the big band era, crossover into the rock and roll era.
Wow.
And of course soul music as well.
Yeah, so you were basically exposed to different styles,
Right. So
not just one genre,
Right. So the whole, several genres.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Besides your father, who was your idol when you was a child?
My mother.
Of course.
Yeah, because she was an amazing artist as well.
Really?
She could sing. She had such a beautiful voice.
Wow. And so they did, they had some duets together. I mean, just in the family in your house, or even outside?
Right. Well, my father, he was doing a lot of solo, career.
Yeah.
In his career, but as well, she did background vocals for him at one point or another in time, as well as Cissy Houston.
Wow.
Yeah, and and a few others as well.
Yes.
He was on tour with many of them, like Gladys Knight, and a lot of the artists that helped him, he helped them in doing part of his career.
But then, she decided a different, probably itinerary,
Well,
maybe?
she was a solo artist as well. She recorded several albums. And
What was the name? May I ask you?
Myrna Hamilton.
Okay. Wow.
Okay. So she recorded myself and her, and my brother Ray recorded our first album in tribute to my dad in 1976. So we were like the first mother and sons, singing.
Oh, I want to listen to it. I mean,
And
I have to.
she sang called "The Way We Were."
The Way We
So-
Were. Oh, I love it.
On the
I mean,
album. It
yeah,
was
yeah,
amazing,
yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
It's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Right.
sing it too. So I mean, I imagine that since your father was so famous, maybe your house was always full of artists. Maybe coming back and forth.
Yes.
Which memories do you have of that time?
Wow. Well, we lived in New Rochelle, in New York, and my father and mom had a rehearsal hall in the basement,
Yeah, that's
with the piano and
Yeah.
everything around. So all the artists used to come over, like and sing down in the basement and
That's
everything.
right.
You know what I mean? Write songs, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I've met a lot of people. Like one time, I answered the door, and it was Quincy Jones.
Wow. Oh my God.
So it was such a blessing to be able to meet a lot of the artists, because when I was little, we went to James Brown's house.
Uh-huh.
And we met, I met
Oh,
James
my
Brown,
God.
and I was very interested in the staircase, because it was a spiral staircase, and being a little kid,
That's right.
and I climbed up the stairs, got on the banister, and slid down.
Oh my, so beautiful.
But yeah, he's another one of my favorites.
When I listen, to this story, I mean, I come from Italy,
Mhm.
so to us, all these people were legends, and they are
Mm-hmm.
still legends, of
Yes,
course.
right.
So first of all, it's just an honor, to me to have you here because
Mm-hmm.
you are representing them,
Yes.
and then it seems something like a surreal, when you talk and in person someone who had this, the pleasure and the blessing to meet all these legends, in your house. I mean, it's
Yeah.
something unbelievable. So
It is.
to us, it seems something, oh no, it's not possible, no way. And Maria, you are from Jamaica.
Yes.
You moved to the States to attend school, and your marriage is something really exceptional. So it's a long-lasting love,
Yes.
born in 1978. When and where did you meet?
Well, I met Roy. First of all, I want to say thank you for having us, Nelia, on the show.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. I was working as a home health aide,
Uh-huh.
and I came to work at Roy Jr.'s home to take care of his granduncle. His name was Uncle Buck. And so when I got there, Roy Jr. answered the door. Yeah.
No way.
And so he was living, there with his grandmother and his mom, because of course his dad already passed away.
Uh-huh.
And so I came, in to take care of Uncle Buck. And when I got in and met his mom and everything, and she started telling me, about her son,
Of course.
Yeah. And so as time went by, she started telling me that, you're going to be married to my son, and and I'm thinking, ooh, cuckoo, because honestly, he's 6 years younger than me. I mean, I found this out later,
Uh-huh.
but he still looked like a kid when I saw him at the door.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
and I'm going to college, and I'm working, and I was engaged to someone, so I was not thinking about
Of course.
another relationship.
Absolutely.
So as time went by, she kept on telling me these stories and so forth, and so basically she's the one that pushed the relationship, and the rest
So
is history.
beautiful. Oh
Yeah.
my God. When did you decide to become Roy's manager?
Well, it was after we were married. During the time while his mom, we were, as I said, friends, and she was telling me about his dad and their life together and all of the different stories, with the business. And, she kept asking me I should write the book for her, and she just told me a lot of stories about her life with her husband,
Yes.
and the different stories about him, Roy Jr., and when they recorded an album, did different things together,
That's right.
and the stories about how Roy Sr.,
Mm-hmm.
his manager, really didn't do a very good job of taking care of the business,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
so as time went by, she kept asking me to make sure that I took care of certain things.
Uh-huh.
So, I decided to go ahead and follow through with
And
that.
starting it.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
helping
yeah.
him.
Yeah.
And, I heard him singing, and I would say to him, wow, you got a great voice. And, he was kind of shy.
Of course, yes.
He was always just kind of shy and hiding out.
I know.
And then
Imagine.
when, of course, I heard Dad's songs, I said, Roy, wow, these are great songs. You should sing these songs,
Mhm. Yeah, that's true.
And honestly, I mean, he doesn't like me to say it, but he said, you know what? Nobody want to hear these old songs.
Well,
Yeah, that's what he said. I said, yes, they do. You should sing them. So I
it's
started
that
encouraging
people want
him.
to.
Yep.
People want
Yeah.
to. Absolutely, yes.
Encourage him to sing them.
And one of the things that I like most of you both, it's that you are so humble. You're really so humble, and it's not easy, and very well, in our field to find humble people. So I am blessed to have you on my pathway. So
We're blessed to have you here with you.
Yeah.
To think
right,
about
you
us.
moved from Atlantic City to Las Vegas. When did you decide to make this change, and mainly for what reason?
So I think I think it was like 2006,
Mm-hmm.
because we went to LA first
Yeah.
and we visited,
Yeah.
because our son, Roy III, which is a record producer,
Mm-hmm.
and he got a deal with Capitol Records.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole family, we all
Of
moved.
course.
Mhm.
Of
And
course.
we went on
You
out
had
there
to.
and everything naturally. And then later it was when we were there for about 3 years.
Mhm.
And then we decided to come here to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Atlantic City, but just so much bigger,
Oh,
so
definitely,
much more
yes.
opportunities. I said, wow, this is great. So we can do some shows here,
Yeah, so
And-
for
and-
you, it
yeah,
wasn't
set it up.
such, so big difference, because you were already used in Atlantic City. So,
Right.
but just the environment that it was bigger.
Right.
So like 18 years later, here we
Yeah.
are.
Yeah. So you have just mentioned your son, that, he signed for Capitol Records.
Mhm.
And I know that you have 3 children. You're so proud of them.
Yeah.
Are they, all 3 of them are in the entertainment industry? Or
Yes.
all of 3 of
All
them?
3, yeah.
Wow. And what do they do?
Yeah, so
Basically.
my oldest is Roy III.
Yeah.
He is a record producer and the
Songwriter, record
songwriter.
producer.
Mhm.
Yeah, and he's also Grammy nominated
Wow.
as well. And
Congratulations.
yeah, and he has a record company
Mhm.
out of Canada. It's called
Mhm.
Singers Company.
Oh.
And he writes and produces and mentors a lot of the upcoming artists
Uh-huh.
as well. And our second oldest son is Thomas.
Uh-huh.
He is a playwright,
Uh-huh.
and he also helps us with all our multimedia and our website.
Uh-huh.
And he also writes songs as well.
Uh-huh.
And he produces music for a few of his artists as well.
He's a graphic artist as well. He does all of our flyers
Yeah.
as well. And yeah.
So he's
Maintains
prepared
the
all
website.
this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And our
Technical
youngest is
thing.
Raphael
Uh-huh.
Alexander. He's also a record producer.
Songwriter.
Songwriter. He's written songs for Britney Spears as well as Joe,
Mm-hmm.
the artist Joe.
Yeah.
R.KELLY.
R.KELLY as well. And actually, he and my son produced the last R.KELLY hit song.
Wow.
Yeah.
Called
Yes.
number one.
Number one.
Carrie Hilson.
Yeah.
Carrie Hilson.
Yes.
And R.KELLY.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So you are all talented, right?
Yeah, so we're really proud of our
It's
kids.
unbelievable. Because it's hard to find, in a family, in the same family, when you have already a talent, usually, father, mother, or whoever,
Mhm.
then that your sons, just follow, that path.
Right.
Usually they do something completely different,
Mhm.
because, it's hard to have, like kids that have your same passion of yours and,
That's true.
the same talent.
Right.
But in your case, it's something exceptional, really. And
Well, we encouraged them to do it.
yes.
As they were growing up, we used to just drag them along.
Mhm.
When we were going on any road trips in the car, they would be in the back seat, and that's all they listened to, what we were listening to,
Yeah,
which was
that's
Roy
right.
Hamilton's music.
Yeah, it's what I do
You know,
with my
that's right.
kids. So
Yes,
it's,
And we told them, you have to know who you are, where you came from,
That's
you know,
right.
and that's your legacy there. That's your inheritance. So you need to know. And when we would be at home, and people would come over, we'd pull them out of the bed. Come on, sing something, for the people. So we kind of, taught them who, their legacy and so forth. And then when they grew up, it was up to them if they didn't want to continue.
Uh-huh.
They did. They wanted to, so
did.
it was a blessing. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful. Maria, you succeeded in having you interviewed him by BBC in a documentary about Elvis Presley called The Rebirth of the King.
Yeah.
Reflecting on the major influence your dad, the Golden Boy, had on Elvis' musical career. Can you talk more about this, please? You first and then you.
Well, Elvis is, it's been documented that he's a big fan of Roy Hamilton's.
Mhm.
And, over time, we have been in contact with many fans from overseas, England and so forth. And a company,
Mhm.
a production company, contacted me and said that they were doing a documentary and wanted to know if I could have Roy Jr. speak, in
That's
the
right,
documentary. In reference to that, the relationship between Elvis and and Roy Hamilton.
Yes.
So I was able to secure that deal, and we had that happen, and they came into Vegas and filmed his portion.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
the
yeah,
BBC,
yeah, yeah.
And so he's
Yeah, yeah. So is it possible to watch it?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's on,
actually,
it's on
I mean,
YouTube,
okay.
it's on YouTube.
Yeah, so that we can run it, you know,
Yeah,
and, you
it's
know,
on YouTube.
our audience can
Yes.
see it. Yeah.
It's on YouTube.
Ring a ling, ling, let the wedding bells ring. Ring a ling, let the wedding bells ring. Got me on your string. Ring a ling, baby, won't you hold me? Squeeze me tight. Baby, won't you hold me? Squeeze me tight. Been waiting for you, baby, ever since that night. Hey, you're so fine. Hey, up a spoon. You're so fine, baby. Hey, up a spoon. Every time I see you, darling, I say this tune. Oh, ring, ring, ring. Let the wedding bells ring. Ring, ring. Let the wedding bells ring. Got me on your string. Oh, really? Hey, come on,
You sent me also a picture with Roy Hamilton and Liberace.
Yes.
And we met, I think, the first time at the Liberace event, you know,
Yeah,
last
yeah.
year.
Right.
I think it was one of the first times that we
first-
met.
yeah.
Yeah. Can you tell me more about the relationship between these two amazing artists?
Well, that was, I think that Liberace was a fan of Roy Hamilton as well. And that particular picture was taken at the Moulin Rouge because Liberace came to see Roy Hamilton who was
my.
performing at the Moulin Rouge. And that's why we were sitting down.
Oh, that's why they are
That's it.
together.
Yeah, and Liberace came to see him.
So beautiful. Roy, you have been inducted, as well as your father, in the Alter Global Hall of Fame. Correct me if I tell something wrong or I don't pronounce it perfectly. And into the Las Vegas Entertainment Hall of Fame. While your father was inducted also into the Georgia Music Hall of Fame, into the Hit Parade Hall of Fame, and Reflections in Black Museum Hall of Fame. How important is for you to keep alive his legacy?
Yes. Well, it is very important because, Dad was such a great artist and such a great performer, and he inspired so many people, down through the years. He's recorded so many songs, and if you look it up, you can see how many songs, how many things he's covered, how many things, and how much he helped so many artists too.
That's true.
So because of my dad, maybe if it wasn't for my dad, then maybe Elvis wouldn't have been as great, or maybe the Righteous Brothers, because the Righteous Brothers also was influenced by my dad. So,
Oh, okay.
so Elvis, the Righteous Brothers, Sam Cooke, those, artists.
Yes, yes.
Jackie Wilson.
Jackie Wilson, and all those.
Yeah.
Dad was all of them. So he inspired all of them as
Yeah,
well.
that's true.
So it's very important to keep that legacy alive and to let people know that he was responsible for many, making so many songs famous, like Unchained Melody.
Oh, Unchained Melody. I mean,
You Never Walk Alone was his first
Yeah.
song, right? And that one also inspired a lot of artists as well. And Jerry and the Pacemakers actually re-recorded it at my father's version of it took
Yes.
it back to England.
Yes.
And we recorded that song, and now it's the song that they use.
Anthem.
The anthem
Yeah.
that they use at
The
the
football.
Yes, yes,
football.
yes.
It's called, yeah.
Wow.
So that was some of the highlights of a dad's career, and so we've tried. Like I said, we want to keep the legacy alive and let people know that he deserved to be in the rock.
Yes, 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 yes.
As well as
Absolutely. I mean, I believe so. I mean, I think he really deserved it, So, let's, move on. And then we talk about, a little bit more about this,
Yeah.
For the petitions, that
Right.
you are, yeah.
Yes.
So you have been working hard, Maria, to ensure that Roy Hamilton was inducted in this Hall of Fame.
Mhm.
And now you are trying, to get him inducted also in this Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So what are the challenges that you are facing, if any?
Well, the criteria is there because it's, over 25 years that you have to be, been in the business. You have to have influenced major artists. You
You did.
influenced the king,
Absolutely.
the king of rock and roll, right?
Absolutely.
And
And not only him. I mean, it's
and
still like
just saying the
it's
main
like a
one,
list, right?
And so then every year when they nominate
Mm-hmm.
the different ones, and we're like, well, why don't we hear Roy Hamilton being nominated? So now we're going around, we started petitions to try
Yeah.
to get it done, you have it online and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
And then we found out that there's a lot of politics, that's involved.
Mm.
You have to spend buy 4 tables at over $4,000 each. And there's
Wow.
different things. They don't tell you about these things. I mean, so we're finding these things out as we go.
Yeah.
And then the record label has to also put his name on the
So
on
it's
ballot.
like a sponsorship.
Yes. So
Okay.
there's other parts to it,
Uh-huh.
So as
Yeah.
we're finding out, so those are the things that we have to then get to the right person,
Yeah.
to say. But then people are saying, well, everybody knows about Roy Hamilton.
Absolutely, yes.
So
Absolutely,
doesn't the
yes.
record label know? And why are they doing it?
I mean,
So those are the types of
yeah,
challenges that we have.
how can, we help you in accelerating, and just, going a little bit faster to have this recognition?
Well, that's the thing, if anybody out there,
Mhm.
has a contact to
Yeah.
anyone,
Yeah.
at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
Yes.
that can say, hey, let's put this man's name on,
Yeah. I will do right away.
Yeah.
I mean, now that I know,
information,
then you
yes.
send me the link, or eventually
Yes.
I find it by myself. But
Yes.
yeah, I think it's something that all of us should do because
Yes,
it's
we
important.
appreciate it, yes.
Absolutely, yes.
Yes, so we did-
Especially when a person deserves it, and
Yes.
he influenced everybody.
Yes.
I mean, it's not something that you can say, the contrary. I mean, it's
Exactly.
impossible to say the contrary.
Yeah,
So-
we were at with the Righteous Brothers. We went to the show, to their show a couple of weeks ago as their guests, and Bill said it from the stage.
Mhm.
He says one of our favorite singers, Roy Hamilton,
Yeah.
influenced us to do this song, Unchained Melody, and me and my brother, and so other songs. And he, before he sang it, he said, and then afterwards he acknowledged Roy was there and
Yes.
so forth. So, the people that are alive are saying it,
Absolutely.
and of course the people that are passed away,
Yeah.
it's documented. So
Mhm.
those things are
Absolutely.
already established.
Absolutely, yes.
We do have a petition.
Yeah. That's why, I'm telling. Yeah. And that's great.
Mhm.
What was your dream, Maria, when you were a child, and what is your dream now?
Well, I'm from Jamaica, so it's an island, and when you grow up on an island,
Yeah.
honestly, you're not sure because poverty.
Mm-hmm.
And really, I sympathize with people now, the immigrants that are suffering, trying to get here. I can understand that. So my dream was to get to the United States of America, to get a better education,
Uh-huh.
and to just get a better life for myself. And
Did it?
yes, I did that. And of course,
Absolutely.
far above what I expected. I didn't expect to, meet Roy Hamilton Jr.
Yes.
Get married. So mine is
This
like a
was a
Cinderella.
plus, right?
It's a Cinderella
It's a
story.
bonus.
Yeah, it's a Cinderella story, so it's a real blessing.
Yes, and do you have any dream to realize? I mean, that you would like to share, of course, you know, because
Well, I'm a licensed cosmetologist,
uh-huh,
so I do that. I do weaves and braids and things like that. I specialize in that,
uh-huh,
and of course, just helping my kids,
uh-huh.
to continue to fulfill their dreams, and my husband,
Of
having
course.
his, whatever he's trying to do. Grandchildren, I have those. I'm trying to help them, and just those are the basic things.
Yes,
If I
yes,
can,
yes.
I can help them to do what they have to do before I check out of here. I was going to check out of here, and that would be my dream fulfilled.
Yeah, absolutely. And what about you, Roy? What was your dream
Yes.
when you were a child? I mean,
Well, I always wanted to sing, perform, and when I found out that, as we used to go to Atlantic City, when my dad was performing,
that's right.
and he used to perform at like the Harlem Club and the Belmont and the Wonder Bars and all those places down on Las Vegas. Down in Atlantic City, and it was a place called the Kentucky Avenue. It was all the nightclubs were. That's
Okay.
where he performed at. So I wanted to be,
There.
yeah. So later after I began my career. I
Yes.
said, well, Maria suggested that we go to Atlantic City.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, so let's go. We moved to Atlantic City, and that's where we really started.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be part of that, and then actually I started doing talent shows and
That's right.
things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it blossomed into. They wanted to try to keep the Harlem Club, as a museum,
Mm-hmm. That's right.
like the Apollo Theater.
Yeah.
But, then they decided to just make it into like the whole, street.
The whole street. Yeah.
Into the Renaissance Festival.
That's right.
And that's some of the things I did.
Yeah.
We did jazz on the boardwalk. And we did, a lot of things.
Absolutely.
That's it,
Absolutely.
And then, of course, Las Vegas. We got here.
Of
Like,
course.
wow,
I mean,
this,
yeah.
the glitz, the glamour,
Absolutely.
life is all. So that's what we
Absolutely.
decided. Okay, well, let's launch here.
Yeah.
And we did the big band show,
Yes.
Hamilton, the legacy continues, and we continue to do things like that,
Absolutely.
to keep the legacy.
You're an active performer, so I mean,
Yes,
you're
I-
doing
I
so
try
many
to-
things.
Yeah. I try to be.
And do you have any particular dream that you would like still to realize?
Yes, I still, that dream is still alive,
Mm-hmm.
Keeping the legacy alive, singing and performing. That's all I ever wanted to do.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
And Maria, you also produced a radio show. What was the intent of that show?
Well, we weren't hearing Dad's music being played,
Uh-huh.
so we figured we would get a show going dedicated to just playing Roy Hamilton's music.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we did. That got on WPON while we were in Detroit.
Yeah.
I got an hour on the radio called Roy Hamilton Remembered,
Uh-huh.
and I had a DJ that was helping me to host it, and we just had an hour of Roy Hamilton's music. People could call in and request, and it was worldwide because it went over the web.
Yes.
And then I got Junior to come in and started co-hosting with me. And it really went well. And once we got back to, we got here, a friend of ours, he had a station, Gary Cron, out of California,
Mm-hmm.
and he came and asked us,
Yes,
to
yes.
produce it for his station as well.
Wow.
We did that,
Wow, beautiful. I have a picture of you guys with the producer John Stewart.
Mhm.
How important is the relationship you have with him?
Well, John is a great guy. You know who he is.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
Legends in concert.
yes.
And, we were just presenting an idea
Mm-hmm.
to him that we have called Sons of Legends,
Mm-hmm.
which, it's we just launched a show in June 15th.
Okay.
It was a tribute to the dads,
Mm-hmm.
Roy Hampton Jr.
Yeah.
We had Elvis Presley Jr.
Mm-hmm.
and Benedito King, which is Benny King's son.
That's right.
And we were presenting that idea.
Yeah.
Because, there are a lot of performers who are doing tributes,
Yeah.
to different entertainers, and they're excellent, which is great. But for sons that are actually carrying on the legacy of
In the
their dads,
legacy. Yes.
that's a special show. So
Absolutely.
we did
yes.
that and presented it. He came to the
Yes,
show,
yes,
I
yes.
saw it.
I saw it
And that's
too.
what that
Yeah.
was. We're hoping, that to be able for him to get something going
Mhm.
with that for us.
Yeah, well, it's interesting, and I think he will be really very interested.
Yes.
I have another picture where you are handling an award, but I didn't figure out what award was it because
Okay.
it was nothing specified, so I don't know. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Maybe it was got the mother of
Maybe,
the year.
yeah.
Mother-
Because I know that you were, yeah, you received an award
Yeah.
like as an outstanding
Outstanding
mother
mother of the year.
of the year. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, in June.
How important it was for you?
Well, it was huge and very unexpected.
Yeah.
So I was really, touched by that because, everything I do for my family, that's from my heart.
Mhm.
That's just, it's just
That's
comes
what you
natural.
feel.
That's what I feel. That's what I do it for,
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I was just really, honored and moved that the organizers called me, and said that they were, nominating me for that award.
Yeah.
So I was
And
just really honored.
how important is for your family? Because you have a big family,
Yes.
children, grandchildren.
And great grand.
And yeah,
Great.
well, I mean, it's amazing, and you are still so young, if I may say. So, how important is it for you both?
Well, it's extremely important. I was so happy that she got some recognition as well because she has done so much for
Yeah,
me as well as the kids, and and she's a very dedicated person.
yeah, yeah.
I was
That's
very
why
happy
at
that she-
the very beginning, when I started introducing her, like an amazing wife, mom, manager.
Manager.
She does everything.
Yes, we've been married for 44
She's the rock
years.
of the family, right?
44 years.
44.
Yes. So we were talking about the recent sold out that you had. It was in June, right? At Silver Sevens. What other projects do you have?
We have a lot of projects going
Yeah.
on. I'm working on a documentary about Roy Hamilton's life,
Mm-hmm.
and working to get that done. And I'm also the general manager for my son's company in Canada,
Mm-hmm.
the Singers Company.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're
Yeah.
doing some back and forth with that.
Yes. Yes.
And, just trying, as I said, to try to get that show going where we do more of this, Sons of Legends,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
carrying on the legacy. Those
Yeah.
guys.
You have recently recorded, some original songs, so where we can listen to your amazing voice and
Yes.
to these beautiful songs. Because
Thank you.
I mean, we will run something, of course,
Mhm.
but I would like you to promote a little bit.
You can find a lot of my songs on Spotify and Apple Music.
Mhm.
All the music platforms you can find Roy Hamilton Jr.
Junior, yes, that's right.
Streaming platform.
And yeah, it's and I recorded several songs, original songs that my dad like "Don't Let Go,"
Mhm.
which was actually featured on Beyonce's album.
Mhm.
Recently, she did a snippet of my dad singing "Don't Let Go,"
Oh,
and of course, little did we know that was going to happen. But before that, I had already recorded that song
yeah,
and put it out.
unbelievable.
And yeah, of course, I have a lot of stuff on YouTube where you can find me singing dad's music,
Mhm.
like Unchained Melody, which is one of my favorite songs.
Of course.
And yeah, so, like I said, in and around Las Vegas, and, just continuing to keep that legacy.
That's right. That's right.
And, to represent that in a positive light,
Mhm. Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Mhm.
You have such a beautiful picture also, you go with so many golden records, and I said, oh my God, And what is your advice as an artist that you can give to the upcoming talent?
Mhm. Well, there's a lot of challenges, in trying to, continue to develop and hone your craft, and don't give up, because like I said, I mean, nothing happens overnight, and if this is so, sometimes it could be a one-hit wonder,
Mhm.
but then, longevity is really what you're after. So could just continue to work, and work hard and do what it is that you need to do and be patient. 'Cause it takes a lot of patience.
Oh, definitely. Yes, I know something
Yes, I
about
know you
that.
I know. So, like I said, you just keep going, just don't stop and, and try to find that energy, the gift, from above. If you believe,
Yes.
believe
Yes, yes,
that,
absolutely.
that that higher power, you know, that God, He's going to bring it to you and continue to lead you and guide you too.
That's right.
All right.
And Maria, as manager, what is your advice?
Well, don't let other people define you, you know, because they're always, the word calls them the naysayers. And you can't try to be like other people. You know, you have to find your own voice and be comfortable with yourself, you know. So, you know, find your own style of dressing, you know, your own style of, you know, presenting, the way you sing and your moves and things like that. Don't try to imitate other people.
Absolutely.
Be yourself.
Be yourself.
That's
yes.
it. And you don't have to worry about who likes it, who doesn't like it. You have to like it. When you look in the mirror,
That's right.
you know, you
have to like
be happy with
yourself.
That's right.
Yeah,
it's the
that's
most
true.
important thing.
Absolutely. It's the personality.
That's
you
right.
know, that you have to probably work more on your personality.
That's right.
Yes.
And
yes.
that's it.
That's true. That's true. Because each of us, you know, is so different. You
And
know?
we're all individual, unique.
Absolutely.
God made us all unique and individual.
Absolutely.
And that's
yeah.
all you have to work on.
Yeah, I totally agree. So we are at the end of our interview. I thank you so very much for accepting my invite once again.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for having us.
I really hope
for the
to
invitation.
have you again
Absolutely.
for, you know, just updating, you know, on the things, how they are going and they're moving forward. So thank you so much again for being here at Las Vegas Live with Nelia Ross. And now just a little break, and then we come back here with our special segment, Bella Italia. See you soon.
Your love is like a shadow on me all of the time. All the time. I don't know what to do. I'm always in the dark. You're living in a bother. Can I give it a spark? I really need you tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight. For every moment in my life. To get along that I want. Era fede che hai acceso noi. Sento che ci All I ask is, can beauty come out of ashes? But I still haven't found what I'm looking for. But I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Traditional TV is going away. Hollywood is starting to fade. People are demanding real stories from real people. Our voices are now being heard in our own way. Podcasts, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok Live are becoming the norm. Internet TV has now reached the highest demand in human history. Social media shows is now the new media of the century.
And welcome to the next exciting episode of
Arena War.
Fresh batch of institutionalized gladiators fighting for their freedom.
Ready, here we go.
You guys heard Perez?
Yes, smell that.
Get back!
Those on the line. The parole board has offered you a ticket out. Win Arena Wars, win your freedom. 7 arenas with 7 of the most vicious killers the world has seen in the last decade. You make it out alive, you get to go home.
Luke Bender, you're an innocent man. Innocent man can mean big ratings.
I'll be watching.
I think it's time to audition Mr. Bender.
No!
What was your last physical?
Cell block shower this morning. Oh yeah.
You ready for this? Impressive showing out there tonight. You're the new fan favorite.
Are you with me? Cutie pie back for the kill.
If you want to live through this, we have to work together. I'm watching you.
Smile for the camera, thug life.
Wow!
It's showtime!
We have to finish this.
Come on!
Doesn't sound much like rehabilitation, does it?
Hi, I'm Deacon T with Modern Word Ministries. It's great to be with you today. Just a short little promo for our show. Every Sunday morning we have service, and you can follow us at 10 a.m. Pacific Time on modernwordministries.org. And if you missed us or you want to see some of our older messages, go ahead and check us out on socialmediashows.com every single morning at 9 a.m. It's a great way to kick off your day, get a little bit of the word in you, get something uplifting, get you started off on your way. You know, if you're looking for prayer or you need some help, reach out to us. If you go to our website, again, that's modernwordministries.org, you can interact with me via telephone, via DM, text message, whatever you want. I'll get right back to you. So if you need prayer, you need help, you just need somebody to talk to, Modern Word Ministries is here for you. We are your church in the community. So until you see you next time, be blessed, everybody. Bye-bye.
Buongiorno a questo giorno che si sveglia oggi con me. Buongiorno al latte e al caffè.
Hello, dear friends, and welcome back to Las Vegas Live with Nelia Ross. I'm so excited to take you on a captivating journey through Italy with my new segment, Bella Italia. In this series, we'll dive into the rich tapestry of Italian music, tracing its evolution from 1918 to the present. We will explore the vibrant styles, iconic artists, and memorable songs that have defined the generations. Along the way, I will share performances of some of the most beloved Italian songs from various decades to give you a delightful taste of our rich cultural heritage. Join me as we celebrate the magic of Italy. In the immediate post-war period, Italian songs seemed to be overwhelmed by the invasion of American music and dance brought by the occupying troops, swing, jazz, and the brand new boogie-woogie. But it didn't last long, and the rebirth of Italian song took place along two lines. On the one hand, the regional songs returned to favor. For Napolitan songs always in the foreground, in 1944 came out the masterpiece Tamuriata Nera. Listen to it.
Signorine, capodichine, fanno amore che marrucchini. Marocchine se volte nell'ansia, signorine che panza annanza. American Express, dammo dollaro e va che press. Si muove una polizia, mi tammana roba io ero sera a Piazza Grande, lo stomaco mio era vacante. Se non era po' contrabbando, voglio a quello Camposanto. E leva da pistuda, oh mia, leva da pistuda. E pisti paghi mamma, e leva da pistuda, signorine Napoli.
In 1945, another Napolitan song had a huge success, Dove sta Zazà?
Era la festa di San Gennaro, l'anno appresso grande e buona, banderella in processione, chi se può dimenticare? C'era una banda di vignatari, centinaia di bancarelle, di torrone e di nocilla che facevano incantare. Come allora, quel mio vai, ritornò per quella via, ritornò, pure sei io, sempre in cerca di Zazà.
In 1948, in Rome, the rising star of melodic songs, Claudio Villa, launched the song Vecchia Roma. Let's listen to it.
Non è quella dove si viveva tant'anni fa, più non vanno gli innamorati per lungo devere, a rubasse li baci a 1000 sotto l'alberi.
In Emilia-Romagna region, Raimondo Casadei, after having composed 1,000 of smooth dances, produced in 1954 the symbolic song of the genre called Romagna Mia. Let's listen to it.
Quando ti penso vorrei tornare dalla mia bella alla casolare.
On the other hand, the traditional melodic song Italian style was reaffirmed in its nostalgic, sentimental tone and in its cheerful tone, both with the revival of pre-war songs, which had become almost impossible to find due to the shortage of records occurred during the war, and with the new songs. In 1947, Eulalia Torricelli and Cantando con le lacrime agli occhi. In 1948, the song Amore baciami. In 1949, Nella vecchia fattoria, the first success of the Cetra Quartet, one of the longest-lived Italian groups.
Nella vecchia fattoria, ia ia oh, attaccato a un carrettino, ia ia oh, c'è un quadrupede vicino, ia ia oh, l'asine, c'è la cabra, cabra, nella vecchia fattoria, ia ia oh, tra le casse e i ferri rotti, ia ia oh, dove i topi son grassotti, ia ia oh, c'è un bel gatto, gatto, gatto.
Lovers of novelties had to turn abroad, the more redefined to French songs, which had become fashionable in 1947 with names like Yves Montand, Juliette Gréco, Edith Piaf. With her worldwide success of that year, La Vie en Rose, let's listen to it.
Quand il me prend dans ses bras, qu'il me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose.
The wider public to Latin American rhythms such as rumba, samba, bajon, and songs like Bésame Mucho and Amado Mio, the famous Rita Hayworth's very sensual interpretation in the 1947 film Gilda.
My one endeavor, my love, my darling, will be to hold you and hold you tight. Amor mio, love me forever and let forever begin.
But the prevailing atmosphere in Italy was very different. The entire decade that began in 1948 saw the triumph of musical restoration under the banner of the melodic love song, almost always tear-jerking, and largely inspired by traditional values such as the homeland, traditions, the mother. New performers came to the fore, such as Nilla Pizzi, Claudio Villa, and Luciano Taglioli, but also Carlo Boni, the Fasano duo, Gino Latilla, Teddy Reno. The place of consecration of those protagonists and those songs was the Sanremo Festival, born in 1951, won by Nilla Pizzi with Grazie dei Fiori. Let's listen to it.
Tanti fiori in questo giorno lieto ricevuto, rose, rose, ma le più belle le hai mandate tu.
However, thanks to the fact that it was broadcast on the radio and then on TV, the Sanremo Festival soon became the most important showcase of Italian song in its national popular version, for years steeped in rhetoric and good feelings. Typical are the winning songs in 1953, Vola Colomba, sung by Nilla Pizzi.
Le sere m'addormento triste e nei miei sogni piango e invoco te. Pure il viveggio ti sogna, pensa che ne sofferte, piange, nasconde il viso fra le
From 53, the song Vecchio Scarpone became so popular.
Camminare ancora.
Quanto tempo è passato, quante illusioni fai venire tu, quante canzoni sono passate.
And in 1954, such a beautiful song like Tutte le mamme.
E gli anni passano, i bimbi crescono, le mamme imbiancano, ma non sfiorirà la loro beltà. Son tutte belle le mamme del mondo, ma soprattutto più bella tu sei, tu che m'hai dato il tuo bene profondo.
In those years, innovative voices were only found in two sections. One was Napolitan song, which was relaunched in the form of a night song with the great Roberto Murolo and with Renato Carusone's sextet, who in 1955 inaugurated La Bussola in Versilia and built a very original style based on the grafting of American musical codes onto the Napolitan tradition and on the spectacularization of performances in songs such as Tu vuoi fa l'americano, which achieved a worldwide fame. Let's listen to it.
Tu vuoi fa l'americano, americano, americano, senta a me chi t'ho fa. Tu vuoi vivere alla moda, ma se bevi whisky e soda, poi ti senti disturbato. Tu abballo rock and roll, tu gioca a baseball, fai sorte per camella, chi te ridà la borsetta di mamma, tu vuoi fa l'americano, americano, americano.
So, hope you enjoyed this new segment of Bella Italia. I want to thank you for watching Las Vegas Live with Nelia Ross. And if you are interested in booking an interview with me or sponsoring our program, please reach out to us at neliaross.official@gmail.com. Once again, thank you for watching us, and I look forward to seeing you next Saturday at noon and from Monday to Friday at 6 p.m. on socialmediashows.com and neliaross.com. Have a great day. Un bacio da Nelia Ross. Ciao!
The